Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you are watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, whoever thought that they will do drama in this country without the world knowing, they were lying to themselves. The truth of the matter is that even when the demonstrations were taking place, the international media were live streaming those events. It was on Al Jazeera, I saw it in BBC, I saw it on CNN, you can name them, the Sky News, everywhere. They were streaming live demonstrations taking place in Kenya. So, what caught the attention of many people here was what happened to the retired President Uhuru Kenyatta's property. The invading, looting, and burning. The international media captured that information and they shared it. You see how they package their headlines. It tells you that there are many people of interest in what is happening in Kenya. This has just painted the picture of the new regime, the leadership of William Samuel Ruto and his deputy Gachagua, especially for Gachagua, who is now in the country. Just imagine Ruto is outside the country, then he grab a newspaper from maybe Al Jazeera and all those other medias, and you check on the headline. You see what is happening in Kenya. Ruto has nowhere to hide his face. Gachagua is now known as a person who is causing problem in this country. If we can have anarchy in this country, then you have somewhere to point the finger. So I wanted to use this opportunity to check on some of the headlines shared by international media, just exposing the situation in this country. Now, this is what Al Jazeera is reporting. Thousands of protesters get to the street in Kenya to protest against high cost of living as hundreds of government-sponsored goons invade former President Kenyatta's farm. That's Al Jazeera. Look at that. Kenya in turmoil as government raid Kenyatta land. As opposition protesters protest high cost of living, government-sponsored goons storm former President Kenyatta's land in retaliation. Opposition protest second week. So they are aware that we have government-sponsored goons going to Kenyatta family. It tells you that there is a fight between, this is now personal fight, between a former president and those who are now in power, fighting a retired president. That is the image that is being shared outside. So people now understand that despite people protesting against high cost of living, we have a Ruto regime that is focusing to punish a retired president. That is now the news. Another one. BBC, this is how they're reporting. Hired youth trespass into retired President Uhuru Kenyatta's farm, destroy properties, cut trees, and steal livestock amid high cost of living demonstration in Nairobi. That is BBC. They have really explained exactly, touching on everything as far as what was happening on the ground. Remember, they were live streaming the events in Kenya. So what they are reporting is accurate. They were on the ground. They saw it. They have witnessed. They have first-hand information. So talking about hired youth. What message is this government sending to international investors? What are you sending to tourists. What are you telling the world about Kenya? What are you telling about those who have been lending to this country? That the government can sponsor goons to go and attack properties, private properties, to go and loot people's properties. Look at what happened at Spectra International. Government going to destroy a property that has employed thousands of Kenyans. Instead of creating jobs, you are destroying jobs. Instead of providing security, you are providing anarchy. That's what the international media is now spreading to the world. Sijui Gachagua atakuwa anajificha tu hapa Kenya peke yake, ama atakuwa anatoka nje. Akienda nje, what first impression will people have about him? Will they view him as a deputy or a man who was causing chaos and anarchy in Kenya? How do you just wake up and order some goons to go and set a farm on fire at night? Just because you don't like someone, just because youth are demonstrating, just because you want to divert attention. We continue. CNN also is here. This is what CNN is saying. Kenyan government counter opposition protest by invading former president's farm. Everyone is focusing on Uhuru Kenyatta's farm. Every media is pointing out that. So the government counter, so what are they telling the world? That Uhuru is leading the demonstration in Kenya against high cost of living. And if indeed, because these media are reporting that demonstrations intense in Kenya amid high cost of living. So what are they telling people? That Uhuru is leading demonstrations to help the poor who are facing high cost of living? And if so, why would anyone think of invading Uhuru Kenyatta's property? Will that kind of move help to reduce high cost of living? Can it lower down? The answer is no. So why go personal this much? Another one, Sky News. This is what they are reporting. Kenya plunged into chaos as government and opposition engage in battles. Now it is showing that there is a fight between the government and opposition. And what are this opposition doing? They are demonstrating. They are demonstrating why? Because of high cost of living. So what are you telling us? That Kenyans who are demonstrating are in battle with the police officers. Now they are fighting. The reason is high cost of living. That is what the international media is reporting here. In fact, before I forget CNN, just to get this piece. There is a piece. I saw a piece of information from CNN. Where is it? I think it is not here. So Ruto and Gachagua have sent a coded message to the world. People are going to watch everywhere, be it in Europe, be it in Gulf, be it in, Asia, everywhere. People are going to watch what is happening in Kenya. And you can easily, if you try to rate Kenyan government, you can easily conclude that this is a reckless government. This government is clueless. They don't show leadership. They are showing their weakness. Countering countering demonstration by going to set someone's property into fire. It is an indication of weakness. There's no strength there. It shows how weak you are as a government. You are not firm, you are not focused. Instead, you are playing cheap politics. Your politics is not all about protecting property. When someone takes oath of office, that oath, if you read it, you will see that he is taking an oath to protect people and their properties. Instead, Ruto and Gachagua are going against the oath they took. Instead of protecting, they are destroying. So this is the kind of regime we are having in this country. So investors have been able to watch you. Those who are coming to visit Kenya as tourists have watched you. Even Kenyans who think to invest in this country are also watching. They have to have a second thought. Should I invest my wealth here in Kenya, or I take it to Tanzania, Uganda, or elsewhere? They are going to conclude on that and make an informed decision whether they should invest here or elsewhere. That is the message the international media has sent to the world. Gachagua, Ruto have just been exposed.